Kenji Alt hates Uncle Roger? Oh my goodness. Well, let's see how this video turns out. Now, let's get started.
Uncle Roger found this fried rice video by this chef, Kenji Lopez-Alt. The fried rice really good, but then I see he have comments of, and this the video description. I have zero interest in Uncle Roger comments, so please don't make them and consider not making them in other places as well.
What did Uncle Roger do? And consider not doing them in other places as well? Seriously?
That a bit harsh. I don't like that his shtick seemed to give a free pass to people to imitate stereotypical Asian speech pattern and pronunciation. Hi, nephew Kenji. People have accent. Accent is not stereotype. Accent is just how we talk and how we live. There's nothing wrong with having accent, especially as it almost always not Asian doing the imitating. Sure, many people watch Uncle Roger video and then they imitate Uncle Roger way of speaking. And now they use hiya and fuyo in their daily life. That's amazing.
Sometimes in my videos, I have picked up a few of his catchphrases and I say them subconsciously, like without thinking. And that's because we've been watching too much Uncle Roger, I know. I mean, people don't necessarily just imitate Uncle Roger because they're malicious. They may do it because they like him.
Uncle Roger popularized Malaysian slang to the whole world fuyo. And when people imitate Uncle Roger like that, they're not making fun of me. It's all out of love. And many Asian people imitate Uncle Roger also. See this clip where I got one single white guy in there? You try to find?
Well, I think I saw one or two, but it was a little hard to see in such a fast clip. And everybody was wearing the same colored shirt too. 1,000 Uncle Rogers.
It's ugly, it's yellow face, it's not funny. And it promotes anti-Asian racism at a time when Asians are already being heavily discriminated against. It is not welcome here. But right now, everybody on TikTok trying to be Chinese baddie. They drinking warm water, eating goji berry, doing Chinese medicine and everything. Asian people, we so cool now. And how can accent promote racism? By that logic, every person in Asia with Asian accent, they all promote racism.
And just triggered Uncle Roger, didn't he? I mean, it seems with the little comment that he left on his video that he's really against Uncle Roger and everything that he does. Like, he doesn't like him at all. Period.
Uncle Roger traveled all over the world, meeting my niece and nephew. The only Asian who complaining about my accent are Asian from California. Hiya. I think there's something wrong in water there. Usually when people hear accent of where they from, it's a joyful experience.
And for everybody that hasn't been to America, when you think of America, I know a lot of people, at least here, think of either New York, California, Texas, or Chicago. That's it. There are other parts in America, and there are other ways that people are. There are other accents as well that people speak. And the rest of the country is very pretty. A lot of the trends too that we see either in fashion, food, or anything else have started in California.
This is the memory of growing up. Our mom, dad, auntie, uncle, all relatives, all sound like this. Uncle Roger and my nephew Nigel, we both from Malaysia. I'm not embarrassed of myself or where I come from. Sorry to hear that Asian accent make you sad. When other comedians do Italian accent,
it's a little mushroom, it works!
Imitate their Arab parent.
Why 95? Where is the other 5?
Or their Hispanic mom.
I think I'm the nanny. I was like, no, I'm the mother.
Everybody love it. Accent is fun. Accent is part of keeping our culture alive. Sorry, I don't sound white like you, nephew Kenji. Hiya.
When my videos first started to get popular and I got a lot of views and I was adding some Spanish words every now and then into my videos, I got a lot of flack because I was trying to pronounce a Spanish word with a Spanish accent. And people were saying that I'm not allowed to speak Spanish like that. I have to speak it with a plain English accent. When you learn a new language, you also learn the accent with that language, otherwise it doesn't sound right. And for me, when somebody is a non-English speaker and then they speak to me with a perfect English accent, let's say either a British accent or an American one, to me, I appreciate it because they put that much effort into perfecting English.
Hamburger.
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 Where you even from? Boston. Enough talking. Let's review fried rice.
Hey everyone, it's Kenji, and I'm gonna fry some rice. I'm using leftover chicken that I did on my rotisserie. You can just use leftover rotisserie. You can use rotisserie chicken from the supermarket. Chicken.
Okay.
Like, this is like half
chicken fine.
You can use any chicken that you want, basically. Or really any meat that you want either. I mean, it doesn't need to be chicken. It could be sausage. It could be ham. It could be anything. This riled Uncle Roger up. Let's see if he's going to be hard on Kenji now.
And then this is leftover rice from one of those
Leftover rice, correct.
joints. So it actually already has some, actually already has a little bit of like teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, a little bit of sauce, it's fine.
More flavor. This is day old. Here's a trick I learned from Wang Gang. If you don't follow Wang Gang, he's a Sichuan chef who's great.
Fuyo, nephew Kenji love Uncle Wang Gang also. Nice. See, don't hate me so much, nephew Kenji. We got something in common.
Did Kenji just say Wengang? I thought it was Wangang. I hope I was pronouncing it right before. I don't always pronounce things correctly.
But by the way he pronounced Wang Gang,
Wang Gang.
Uncle Roger, no. I definitely more Asian than you.
Wang Gang. If you don't follow Wang Gang. Wang Gang.
Wang Gang, Wang Gang. Sound like some sort of criminal organization. The Wang Gang. Hiya, you the one with the offensive accent.
Add a little bit of cornstarch to it.
Okay, but cornstarch in rice, nice idea. It dry out rice even more. Good for fried rice.
Rice screens.
He struck a nerve with Uncle Roger. Chef Wangang actually suggested in one of his videos that we did review to add a little bit of fat, lard, to the rice because this will help fry the rice. It will help it not stick together and it will help fry it.
All right, so I'm gonna take my wok.
Interesting.
Oil into it. Not a ton right now.
Is it seasoning wok?
This is another trick I do.
No, Uncle Roger, it's not a new wok. He's not seasoning the wok. He's just adding a little bit of oil to it.
So I rub a film of oil into the wok, and that's going to be sort of our temperature gauge. So as soon as that oil...
That the cutest trash can. Little, what is that?
So as soon as that...
So cute, the little trash can smaller than kettle. You must have to empty it 20 times a day.
Oh, Lipton tea. That's not my preferred tea. I'm not going to say anything against it. It's just if you give Lipton tea to an Englishman, that is bad.
This is another trick I do. So as soon as that oil is smoking hot, I know that the wok is hot enough that I could add the rest of my oil.
That actually very nice idea. Because every time Uncle Roger make fried rice, I just use feeling. I know when can start cooking. For beginner home cook making fried rice, that's a great trick to see when it's hot enough to start cooking. Very smart.
What's wrong with Uncle Roger? You could do it this way. The only thing is that once you add the oil, cold oil to a hot pan, it's going to drop the temperature. Depending on how much you add, no, it'll drop it more. So normally I just add the oil to the pan. I wait until it comes up to a little bit of a smoking point or it starts to ripple. This is when you know it's hot enough, and that way you don't need to add the oil just before it catches light.
If you try and add all your oil at the beginning and then heat your wok till it gets smoking hot, the oil burns and it tastes bad.
Correct.
It doesn't work out so well. So you want to do it in kind of two separate phases. So first we're going to do the egg. A little pinch of salt.
So good.
Do a little touch of MSG.
MSG, nice for you.
White pepper.
White pepper, good. White pepper, correct. White pepper better for Asian dishes. Black pepper is white people pepper.
I have to admit, I don't like white pepper that much. It stinks. Freshly ground white pepper, it just has a smell to it that's just nasty. Black pepper doesn't smell so bad. And it also tastes really good. But even in French cuisine, if you're going to be using any like white sauces, making anything that's white, you can't use black pepper. Why? You're going to see it. You have to use white pepper.
This stove very interesting. What with that middle oval burner? It looks so weird. When do you cook with oval pan? Who designed this?
True. It is strange, but I've seen them like this. Normally, the center burner, the fifth one, is great to have, especially if you have space. You can put 5 things on the stove at once. I think Kenji has like more of a long pan or more like a flat top that you can put in the center. And that way he can be making pancakes or cooking anything on the flat top while he's also cooking something in pots next to it.
Okay, see now the oil smoking. Ready to go soon.
All right, our wok is smoking hot. So now we're going to add quite a bit of oil for this egg.
Good, good.
Now when your pan comes up to this temperature, you can either do what Kenji does to drop the temperature by putting more oil in, or the food, because this will drop the temperature. If you drop it too much, got too much oil in, you're not going to be frying the egg. So you need to keep this in mind. The pan needs to be hot and you need to bring the oil up to temp.
Okay, go in nice.
They're in there.
You can really tell he's good at cooking. See, just one long take, no editing. No cut.
Yeah, that cuts down on the editing time. It helps. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a GoPro and start doing the same thing because honestly, having to change the camera 50 times while you're cooking, washing your hands, is a pain.
Uncle Roger, like this angle.
Egg is done.
It like I cooking there myself.
Normally, if anyone gives Uncle Roger any flack whatsoever, he goes after them. Normally, he's bad cop in the video, you know?
And what the egg see is this. The only time Uncle Roger hear of POV is on the hub. This is the first time I see it used for cooking. Nice.
Sorry, children. He doesn't say this anymore, does he? Hasn't Uncle Roger reviewed the guys from Follow, Will and Jack? Both of them are excellent chefs. They have multiple restaurants now in London. We've reviewed a few of their videos, and they're extremely nice guys.
And that egg is done.
He cooked eggs separately, okay?
Yes, this is another thing that Chef Wong Gong does in his videos. He also separated the yolks and the whites. He cooked those separately as well because he said you get more flavor out of the egg if you cook them separately.
That okay also.
All right, let our wok reheat one more time.
Uncle Roger prefer cooking egg and rice together. Don't need to do so many dishes.
There's lots of different ways on cooking rice and egg fried rice. You can do it separately. You can add it in the center, make a little hole, add the egg in, mix it in, whichever way works for you.
Oil go in again.
Oil in.
Oof, that's a lot of oil.
Now the rice go in, okay. But no aromatic. No garlic, no shallot, nothing.
Some people don't like garlic, and some are also allergic to it. I know a few people that can't eat garlic.
Motion very nice.
So if you have an outdoor burner, you can get that wok hay flavor, you know, the smoky flavor. If you don't, and you want to do my little torch trick, you can get a torch like this.
Yo, this good idea also. And see how smooth he light up his blowtorch. This nephew Kenji can cook.
What's happening with Uncle Roger?
I know he hate me, and if this was last year, Uncle Roger would be more upset. But this year, my new resolution is to have less hate in heart. Most New Year resolution fade by February. But real change don't come from becoming someone new. It comes from small, consistent habits that create growth over time. Like for me, every morning now, Uncle Roger do my Tai Chi in park. All the white people staring, but I don't care.
Uncle Roger, do you have your pants on while you're doing the Tai Chi? I mean, seriously, if you're walking down the street and you happen to see Uncle Roger in the park doing Tai Chi with no pants on, you'd stare too. I mean, it's the same thing if a guy's picking up a dog turd and then taking a bite. You'd also stare.
Look at the cute dog.
Therapy works the same way. Many Asian people don't believe in therapy. We believe in suffering in silence and then taking it out on your children. But Uncle Roger actually tried it out. It's so weird to talk about feeling, but I feel better every time. Now I see therapists every week. Don't worry, I'm still gonna be angry at Jamie. Therapy cannot heal that.
Oh, I would love to hear what this therapist has to say about Uncle Roger. Like, seriously, I really would. I bet he talks about Jamie a lot. And I bet Uncle Roger's nightmares are about people adding things that they shouldn't add to egg fried rice.
Nice idea.
Point it in there while you...
Extra fire, extra heat
And what happens is the oil
to create wok hay.
sort of vaporizes and singes and leaves kind of these sooty deposits, similar to what happens when you cook a hamburger on a grill and the fat kind of drips in and the flames come up and it gives you that kind of smoky grilled flavor. That's part of what the flavor of wok hay.
Now this is true, and adding a little bit of this flavor can really make a difference with your meal. However, there is a difference when you have too much of this charring flavor, or you actually start burning the food that you're doing, and this is when it becomes bitter. So me, I don't like burnt food. If it has a little bit of a smoky flavor to it, it's fine, but not too much.
Some people say if you blow torch rice like this, the rice gonna end up smelling like butane gas. And Uncle Roger say, don't be pussy, just eat butane. It's not gonna kill you, live a little. Be a real man, eat some butane, drink some whiskey.
Now when I make a Spanish tortilla in this house, I have to use my little torch as well because I have an induction and only the bottom cooks, the sides don't. So I have to torch it. It doesn't give the food an extra flavor, it really doesn't. You will not taste the butane. And we use the blowtorch a lot in the kitchen. I mean, if you need to make some garnish with some like pearl onions or anything, you need to torch them. we use the torch.
Got some of that going on.
For your nephew Kenji cooking with one hand, butane gas, talking and filming. He multitasking like every motorcyclist in Vietnam. In America, if you're texting and driving, you're gonna get stopped by police. In Vietnam, if you're texting and driving, people are gonna laugh at you because you're doing too little. Oh, nephew Kenji, Vietnam is this country in Asia. But don't go there. Everybody there got accent. You're gonna be mad.
Two things. Is Kenji cooking barefoot? You can cook barefoot, but it's just a better idea to have something on. I mean, just in case if something falls on your feet while you're cooking. A knife, a hot pan, you know, anything. The other thing, is Uncle Roger in a new place? Because his shirt is the same color as the wall. Well, not really, but it's the lighting. It looks like he's living in someone's basement. Uncle Roger, I know Cali's expensive, but still, you can afford more than like a one-room studio, no? Or a basement in this case.
Push that up the side. Let me get my scallions.
Okay, spring onion go in good.
And my chicken in there.
Chicken already cooked, so going in later like this correct also.
Yeah, you just need to heat it.
A little stir.
And there goes the piece.
And remember, this
Nice.
not non-stick pan, can use metal.
True. You don't want to be using the spatula on a non-stick. Not good.
Look at my peas. These are not actually even defrosted yet. They're so small, they're gonna...
Frozen pea, correct?
I really like frozen peas.
What did Uncle Roger just say? You know the rash of SHIT that Uncle Roger has given Jamie over the years with adding fresh peas to fried rice and everything else? Uncle Roger, why are you taking it so easy on Kenji? Come on. If you want to add peas, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that Uncle Roger normally hates veggies.
Pea, very classic fried rice ingredient. Frozen pea always better than fresh pea. Pea already not the most tasty ingredient. If you buy fresh, it expire in 3 days. Hiya, who you think you are, pea? So inconvenient. Just get frozen. Fresh pea is waste of time.
No, this is true. The thing is with frozen peas is that they're already cooked as well, so you just need to add them, basically defrost them, and you can eat them. And a little trick, if you're going to be making split pea soup, add some more frozen peas in at the very end and blend them because this will help give it a brighter color. Because when you're making split pea soup, it should not be a brown soup. It should be green. Another way of saying it is a green soup, not brown.
Daughter loves it, so I just do it. You can do whatever you want. If you don't want to, if you wanted to add other vegetables, say like, chopped carrots or chilies, onions, celery, what you would do is
No, don't add so much vegetable.
before you put in the rice. So stir fry all.
It's not salad.
out of the wok.
Didn't Jamie add cabbage to his barbecued Korean egg fried rice? If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out.
All right, now we just need some seasoning. So, just salt,
Okay, salt, okay.
soy sauce around the side of the pan so that it kind of
Correct.
burns and quickly evaporates. Little MSG.
More MSG for you.
Get our egg back on top. And a little white pepper too.
This guy loves MSG as much as Uncle Roger. Why you hate me?
I don't know. Hard to say. We've only reviewed one video of Kenji making paella, actually, and he didn't do a bad job. It's just that the paella that he made was, well, let's say he just put too much chicken in the paella, and it was, no.
Uncle Roger loves how fast nephew Kenji is. He's just straight cooking. No boring intro, no life story. He just cook and show his feet for free. Nice. This is every food fetish people wet dream. Just 8 minutes of delicious food and delicious feet.
The stinkier the better. Like stinky feet, you prefer those? Kind of like stinky cheese? If you want to explain, guys, explain down below. Try to keep it civil.
Chicken and egg fried rice made mainly from leftovers and leftovers and frozen stuff. A couple of other things. So.
Okay, it look nice, very simple fried rice.
No, I mean, Kenji did a good job. He didn't do anything wrong with this. Like, seriously. Okay, he didn't add garlic. He didn't do this, that, or the other thing. But those were personal preferences with the fried rice he was making. So I don't add MSG. I add a little bit of fish sauce to it. Very stinky, though. That I don't like. But it's tasty.
Easy, right? Fried rice is easy.
Yeah, tell that to Jamie Oliver.
What is this that Kenji has under his sink? People, I assume is covered, who live their lives, something, are destined to have comfortable feet? We're missing a few words here because that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's barefoot, yeah? It's more comfortable? I don't know.
This POV thing make it feel like video game like Call of Duty. But instead of shooting enemy, he looking for fog.
How's that look to you?
Looks good.
Not bad.
It looks pretty swell.
Maybe a bit too much pee, but personal
Maybe a little
preference.
wet, but it looks good.
Tastes pretty good too. Here, Ramon, you want a little bit? You want a little bit?
Uncle Roger want a little bit also. Imagine if you walk past window and you see Asian guy eating fried rice staring off into distance. Nephew Kenji, who the stereotype now?
You know, I think that Uncle Roger actually handled this criticism pretty well. He could have been mean, and he wasn't. Good job, Uncle Roger. You took the high road. But it's true, sometimes it's just more fun to take the low road. I kid you not, it is.
Rice grains are tender. No big sticky clumps.
Yeah, nice and separate, nice.
No, you're not going to give it to the dog, no? Aye.
All right, Shabu.
What? Your dog name is Shabu? Fuyo, even your dog got Asian name. I think your dog more Asian than you. When your dog barking, does it have accent?
I think I read somewhere where they actually researched that dogs do have different accents. And I did read an article once that dogs do imitate us with smiling. The only critique that I have is that it's not a good idea to teach the dogs to beg. My last golden retriever, Lonnie, he was horrible too. So we were eating dinner at night when I was growing up, and then all of a sudden, Lonnie used to put his nose underneath my elbow, push my elbow up as hard as he could, so my arm would go up while I'm eating dinner, and then he would lunge onto the plate and grab my food off my plate. He was sweet, but he was a pig. He also opened the fridge once and ate a whole pound of Tillamook cheddar cheese. I do miss him though.
To be honest, this very good video. He's cooking good. Lot of cool new technique and trick even Uncle Roger learning.
Overall, I do have to say though that Kenji did an excellent job with the fried rice. It looked delicious, but there is a little bit of hostility between the two, no?
Okay, Uncle Roger need to be completely fair. Even though he hate me, Uncle Roger gonna call you Uncle Kenji from now on. Have to be fair. If you cook well, you get Uncle title. Don't matter if you like me or not. This guy is really good chef. Uncle Roger even got his cookbook called The Wok.
Wow.
Uncle Roger got this before I know he hate me. Not just recipe. A lot of scientific technique and experiment about wok cooking.
Had to be a bit of a disappointment, no? That Uncle Roger actually looked up to somebody and then he found out that he hates them. That's not nice. Nobody likes to hear that. Uncle Roger, I hope you don't hate me.
Hopefully Uncle Roger cookbook will be as good as this. All Uncle Roger can say is, it's been 4 years now since you filmed this video. Hope your opinion about Uncle Roger have changed. Maybe one day we can make video together, Uncle Kenji. Open invitation.
I have a feeling that Kenji may be a strong Jamie Oliver supporter, so maybe that won't happen. We'll see. Maybe he'll reply to Uncle Roger's video. Who knows?